Hi, this is Mark News from Plant Talk Radio. Thanks for subscribing and listening to our podcast, Your Gardening Questions from Plant Talk Radio. To help keep this podcast free, we're partnering with Stoke Seeds. More than just a listing of vegetable and flower seeds, the Stoke Seeds website is a complete resource center with valuable information on seed starting, planting, and harvesting, plus all the gardening accessories you need to make your garden the envy of the neighborhood. Pre-order your free 2018 gardening guide today from stokeseeds.com, cultivating successful growers for generations. We'll have more to come from Stoke Seeds in the next few weeks. Now, on to today's question. And, I saw something really interesting recently. It was one of those home programs where they build new houses, and they're talking about trying to take out some of the road noise from a nearby road. And they're like, well, really isn't the engines. 90% of it is the tire on the pavement. Yes. So just getting something down low that really screens out that tire noise is important.
Mark, it's so very important. And with our society, as it is developing and the highways that have to be and so on, it creates a couple of situations. I live what would be considered 4 city blocks, 3 at least city blocks from the Olentangy River. Then immediately to the west of the Olentangy River is, what is becoming major highway. I can hear that when I'm upstairs in my home, just as if I lived next to it. So sound will jump. You're talking about low near the roadway by all means, and then building height and setting up even to the point in this 40-foot wide strip, you'd set up some blank spaces so that the sound gets caught in between plants, so to speak, and bounces around and dissipates right there. But road noise in our current society is significant, and it's not going to get any better.
And, when you talk about a windbreak, sometimes even just one tree will provide a windbreak in an area that's like, maybe something that screens off your front door.
This is very true, Mark. And windbreaks don't have to be 40 feet long and 60 feet tall. That's just all there is to it. And, for example, it is a visual situation, but it also helps a little bit as far as road noise. I live on more or less a typical street in a community. One oak tree in my front yard serves multiple purposes. One, it looks good. Except it defoliates late. I still have a lot of leaves to clean up, but as do my neighbors. And every once in a while they remind me of it. But anyhow, that tree forms a physical and visual barrier between my house and the road. It does trap some sound because as best you can think back, when that tree was a mere seedling, and now it's 40 by 40 or bigger, It definitely has deadened the sound of the street. Then there is the matter of the setback. The sound of the roadbed bounces up under the leaves of the tree and kind of gets trapped and so on. So and then perhaps even more importantly, it cuts down on my utility bills. I know because of its position that it breaks up some wind that would hit the house full on. I know that it shades the entire, call it southern 3/4 of the house from the sun. And I don't care if the garage does get hot. It isn't being air conditioned. So there is a very significant reason for that one tree. And I just happened to choose an oak. I wasn't thinking about that late defoliation.
Thanks again for listening to the podcast. If you have a question for Fred, go ahead and email us, fred@planttalkradio.com. And for the best selection of vegetable, flower, and herb seeds available, go to www.stokeseeds.com. Pre-order your free 2018 gardening guide today from stokeseeds.com. Cultivating successful growers for generations.